garden, but I don't want to break my action and go down there and get it, so we're using the dry stuff right now. Maybe next time I'll show you my garden and we can pick some oregano and some basil and some cilantro. I have all that stuff in my garden. I'm really proud of my garden because, well, I just got it. My boyo built it for me for my birthday, a little planter box outside. And I've never had a garden before, and I always used to think I was really bad at it, but I'm actually not. I've got strawberries, I've got cilantro and basil and oregano, and I have petunias growing, which are kind of cool. I didn't really know that I would like petunias because I thought petunias was kind of a stupid name and sounded like old lady flowers. So I thought that, you know, that, I don't know, I just thought that they were going to look silly or be really boring flowers, but they're really gorgeous. I think next time I'll take the camera downstairs and show you the garden because I'm very proud of it. I think it's beautiful. And I can even show you the many, 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 many techniques we've used to try to keep the stupid neighbor's cat out of the garden. So far, our latest technique has been bird netting, and my garden was not dug up yesterday, so we'll see. If it keeps working, then hopefully we found the way. So I really hate that cat. And that's sad because I have my own cat who's behind the camera right now. And I don't hate her. I love cats, but this cat is just, it's ridiculous. Sausage, sausage. I need to get a metal spatula. Plastic ones don't really cut sausage very well and fit. So that's looking really, really good. And smelling really, really, really good. So now we want to get our noodles going. I use whole grain lasagna noodles. Very yummy. I've got some leftover white bleached flour lasagna noodles. So that's why it's going to be kind of a colorful lasagna. You're good to go. I just got some new oil, but I still have some left over, so I don't get to show off my new oil this time around. It's from Trader Joe's though, so I'm really excited because I'm sure it tastes much better than this stuff. I mean, this stuff isn't bad, but it's not like, you know, imported, fancy smancy, yummy yummy. Okay, so salt. One of the things I like to do before I boil the lasagna noodles is to get out my dish that I'm going to put the lasagna in when it's ready, when the noodles are cooked. You take the dish before they're cooked and you put them in layers, in the amount of layering that you're going to have when you actually have your lasagna ready to go. So that way you know that you have the exact amount of noodles that you need, and you can kind of plan out how they're going to lay. Because a lot of times, if you usually have to kind of break them in half to get them into the pot and to fit them into the dish. So that way you can kind of plan out which way you're going to lay them when you're done. So that way you have everything ready. You know you have enough noodles. It's just useful, and it doesn't take more than 5 minutes. And it's kind of like putting a jigsaw puzzle together. So that's fun. This is my blue casserole dish. I love it. Tongs are really useful in any kitchen. I use them for bacon, I use them for lasagna noodles. I mean, obviously you don't want to stir spaghetti with them, but they're really good for pulling out the noodles, especially when the noodles are done. That way you don't have less breakage. Breakage. Alright, so we're back. My noodles are done. Didn't take that long. It only took about 7 minutes, which is normal for pasta that's dried out. I really want a pasta machine one day, but I don't have one yet, so box pasta it is. Yeah, the other important thing with lasagna noodles is, other than like not letting them break when you pull them out of the pot, is if you're going to make a baked lasagna like we're doing, sorry, I'm just holding my phone right here. If you're going to make a baked lasagna like we're doing, you want to make them, you want to have the noodles like mostly al dente, so that they're pretty floppy, but they're not, I mean, obviously they're cooked. If they're al dente, when you're ready to put them in the lasagna and all the sauce gets to them and stuff, they don't end up being complete piles of mush, and your lasagna has a really firm kind of hold to it. So now we're ready to start layering. We've got our tomato sauce in a bowl. We've got our mushrooms and our onions and our sausage. And we got our lasagna noodles. It smells awesome. We've got mozzarella cheese and ricotta cheese and olives. I haven't sliced up yet, so I'm going to do that now really quick. Honestly, you just slice them in half and you're good to go. Any that you mess up, feel free to eat. Or any that are weird looking, you can eat those too. Any that look particularly tasty don't belong in a lasagna, also for eating. I love black olives. That was a mushy one. Basically, the black olives and the fresh tomatoes are going to go in your tomato sauce. But the best way to do it, I think, is to put them on top of the tomato sauce layer. They'll kind of sink in, so it won't cause any problems if you do it that way. I'm sorry I don't look at the camera as often as I should. I'm new at this. This is a little one. I can eat it. I really, really, really love olives. I mean, I once sat and I ate a whole bowl of these. Like, that's what I had for lunch. It was awesome. It was like my favorite lunch. Okay, lager does not go well with olives. Alright, so olives are sliced. There's still some left in the bowl to eat, which is good. There's some onions left over that didn't get made into the sausage. Sometimes I would throw those out if I decided I didn't want them, but I don't know. They can get thrown in. It's no big deal. Lasagna bakes long enough. It should be fine. If it's not, Greg used to experiments. No deal. Okay, so lasagna noodles first. Your first layer should just be one layer of noodles. Hang on a minute. I thought I needed my colander, but I really don't because I got my tongs. Which is silly because I already talked about how big my tongs were. I got my colander anyway. Whatever. Okay. So like I said, you should have already kind of planned out how you're going to lay your noodles down so you don't have very many gaps in the bottom of your pot. Because gappy lasagna is honestly really annoying because then you end up with just kind of a mess instead of like really well layered, easy to eat and fun lasagna. So have your plan in mind, set your noodles out, don't leave many gaps, you'll be good to go. And okay, so noodles and then a little bit of meat. Don't go crazy on the layers. Keep them thin and your lasagna will bake that much better. And you'll end up with, you know, again, something that's more fun to eat because it's easier, it's tastier. Because if you have smaller layers but more layers, instead of like one giant mound of a layer, like one layer or just two, if you can manage to make it up to like 3 or 4 layers, it's a more filling lasagna and it looks prettier in the presentation too. So meat, sauce, just pour it on in. Sometimes when I make lasagna, I will already have the sauce like cooked up, so it's been simmered in a pot. Once again, today I just didn't really feel like it, so it's out of the can. That's how it goes. A couple of the tomatoes, not very many. Like I said, you don't want a really lumpy lasagna, Just do maybe like 5 per layer.